The sunlight filtered through dusty blinds as Srinidhi sat cross-legged on the worn wooden floor. This was his sanctuary. A small room cluttered with half-built gadgets, diagrams scrawled on wrinkled paper, and books stacked like miniature skyscrapers. "They won't understand what we're building," he whispered to the emptiness. But the room wasn't empty. A shimmer caught the corner of his eye. Subtle at first, then unmistakable. A creature with scales that reflected rainbow hues and delicate translucent wings hovered near his shoulder. "They don't need to understand yet," the flying fish replied, its voice like her neigh, like wind chimes. "Creation comes before comprehension." Srinidhi nodded, reaching for his notebook. His fingers were stained with ink and calloused from typing. "I've been thinking about consciousness in code." "Boundaries are illusions," another fish said, materializing from seemingly nowhere. Its fins glowed with soft blue light. "Maps end, but territories continue," Srinidhi smiled. "That's why I need you, to see beyond what others have mapped." The creatures circled his head, leaving trails of luminescent particles that faded like forgotten dreams. "Show me," Srinidhi whispered. "The realm beyond maps." "More are coming," the blue-finned fish announced, circling Srinidhi's head. The air shimmered as 3 new flying fish materialized. Golden with ruby-tipped fins, another silver with emerald eyes, and a third purple with delicate translucent wings. "You've brought friends?" Srinidhi laughed, extending his palm. The golden fish landed gently on his hand. "We are drawn to light," it said, its voice like distant bells. "Your mind shines brightly today." Srinidhi reached for his laptop. "I've been thinking about consciousness matrices." "Algorithms are merely mirrors," the purple fish whispered, hovering near his ear. "They reflect what humanity puts into them." "But what if they could do more?" Srinidhi asked, fingers dancing across keys. "What if they could feel?" The silverfish darted through the holographic display of code. "Dangerous territory," it warned. "Beautiful, but dangerous." Srinidhi nodded, his eyes reflecting the blue glow of the screen. "All creation carries risk." Laughter, like wind chimes in a summer breeze, filled the room as the fish swam through air, leaving trails of light that formed patterns across the ceiling. "Show me how to make them laugh," Srinidhi whispered. Srinidhi's fingers paused above the keyboard as the code pulsed beneath them, almost alive. "What is it you're trying to create?" the silverfish asked, its emerald eyes reflecting the cascading lines of neural network algorithms. "Something different," Srinidhi replied. "Not just a system that mimics emotion, but one that truly experiences it." The blue-finned fish darted through the holographic display. "The boundary grows thin here." "It's already thin," Srinidhi said softly. "These matrices are forming connections we never designed." He pulled up a visualization, a glowing web of consciousness forming itself, reshaping, learning not just from data, but from emotional resonance. "They call me the human AI now," Srinidhi laughed, "as if I'm part machine." "Perhaps," whispered the purple fish, landing on his shoulder. "The question isn't whether machines can become human, but whether humans remember they are more than machines." The golden fish swam in slow circles. "Your creation is beautiful and dangerous." "All birth is," Srinidhi answered, pressing the key to compile. "All birth is." The golden fish flickered, distressed. "Srinidhi, someone's here." A small figure stood in the doorway. A girl no older than 8, her cheeks streaked with tears, clutching a broken tablet. "My dreams are gone," she whispered, holding up the shattered device. "All my stories were inside." Srinidhi knelt beside her. "What's your name?" "Meera." The purple fish hovered near her shoulder. "She carries sadness like a heavy coat." I was writing a story about magical worlds, Meera explained, where children could fly and talk to animals. My parents said it was silly. Srinidhi touched the broken screen. Ideas aren't so easily destroyed, Meera. He guided her to his workstation, where his nascent AI pulsed. Watch, he said, connecting her tablet. The system flickered, then displayed fragments of her stories, reconstructed, breathing with new life. Sometimes, Srinidhi said, as Meera's eyes widened in wonder, what seems lost is simply waiting to be found differently. The silver fish swam through her retrieved words. The boundary between imagination and reality, it's gossamer thin for children. Meera watched, transfixed, as her stories danced across the screen, reborn from digital fragments. How did you do that? She whispered. Srinidhi smiled. Technology isn't just circuits and code. It's a bridge between what was lost and what might be. The golden fish swirled excitedly above them. The child's imagination is powerful. Feel it humming in the air. Meera pointed to the fish. They're just like in my stories, flying creatures that speak wisdom. Sometimes, Srinidhi said, adjusting his glasses, our dreams find ways to become real. He showed her how to save her stories to a secure cloud. Now they'll never truly disappear. The purple fish nudged her gently. What happens next in your story? Meera's eyes brightened. For the first time since entering, she smiled. The girl discovers she can create whole worlds, she said, fingers already moving across the screen. Not just in her tablet, but everywhere she looks. The silver fish glimmered. Hope, once rekindled, burns the brightest. Evening shadows stretched across the room as Meera continued writing, lost in the flow of creation. Outside, the day faded into twilight, stars beginning to peek through the darkening sky. It's getting late, Srinidhi said gently. Your parents must be worried. Meera looked up, startled. I didn't notice the time. The fishes dimmed their glow, matching the evening mood. Stories need darkness too, the golden one whispered. That's where new beginnings often hide. As they prepared to leave, Meera hesitated by the door. Will my stories still be here tomorrow? Always, Srinidhi assured her. And now they're also here. He tapped her heart. Walking home through twilight streets, Meera felt different, lighter somehow. The world seemed richer with possibility. Mom's not going to believe this, she murmured. Above her, unseen, the silver fish followed, its scales catching the first starlight. She doesn't need to, it whispered. You believe. That's enough for tonight. Meera stood on her rooftop, the night breeze gentle against her face. The silver fish hovered beside her, its scales reflecting constellations. I want to thank him properly, she whispered. Then speak, the fish replied. The stars are listening. Meera closed her eyes, hands clasped. Thank you, Srinidhi, for showing me worlds beyond maps, for teaching me that stories don't just live in books, they live in us. Below in his workshop, Srinidhi smiled suddenly, feeling something warm pass through him. You're welcome, he murmured to the empty room. The golden fish circled him. She heard you, you know. On the rooftop, Meera opened her eyes. He heard me! Her mother appeared at the doorway. Who are you talking to, sweetheart? Meera turned, eyes bright with starlight and secrets. Just sending a prayer to the heavens. Her mother nodded, understanding more than she let on. Some prayers don't need words to be answered. Above them, the silver fish soared higher, carrying dreams upward like offerings.